Welcome back to the channel, and today I hope to give you an update on the Seatpost creaking video that I made quite a bit of time ago, but it's been a process that included a lot of testing of different ideas, had a lot of great comments in my comment section, and I just wanted to explore some ideas, talking with Canyon, of course, on things, and I think I figured out at least my situation. I've had no squeak for a good solid 2 weeks of a lot of riding in 90+ degree weather, no issues with any noise at all. And today I wanted to take some time and show you what I did. I'll actually repack it and do it again just to make sure that you guys see exactly what I was talking about when I'm doing it. And hopefully in your situation, or if you're looking at buying the Canyon bike, you'll see that maybe it's solvable. Again, lots of great comments in the section in terms of what other people have done. This is what's worked for me. I hope it would work for you too. It's not super complex. It's just honestly, it's getting the carbon paste in the right spot. Seems to have done it for me. So an important aspect of this is to loosen this bolt all the way out until it gives you some resistance, which means you're out kind of all the way. You can't take it all the way out, but right there, it's sticking out as far as it can go. So now I can take out my seat post. One of the things that I always do is on this side, it is showing the gauges on here, and I'm set for 42 is the number that I use. So I can take out the post. This is what it looks like underneath, on about, and everything else. And you can see it's not covered in grease or anything like that, but it has been completely quiet for a couple weeks, definitely more than a few hundred miles, and I'm very happy with it. So first thing you got to do when you are doing this is clean it. Clean it, clean it, clean it, clean it inside, clean it outside as much as you can. So as you can see, the post this is the structural element, that's the post, and this is the fairing that gives its aerodynamic aspect of it. And here's where I ride right at 42, so right about there by my thumb, and you know, it goes up to about 80. So I'm about halfway in, and if you look closely here, if it shows, there's a little, there it is, a little indentation where is my spot. So no other wear you can see is on here. You'd be able to tell where if there was any just right there, but no issues at all. So we'll set that aside for a second. Now I'm going to work on the inside. All right, this is difficult to see, but if you look down in the hole, you can see the current grease that's in there, some older grease, and way down at the bottom is the clamp. And I'm just opening this up a little bit, cleaning it out, putting my hand down. You can feel a sleeve inside here. That is essentially the main thing that you're able to clean. I'm not going to go and try to get everything out of there. My main goal is to make sure that when I pulled out the post, that I didn't get any carbon paste on this sleeve, because we do not want the carbon paste in this area. We only want it down low. So I'm continuing to just wipe a little bit here. I don't need to get absolutely everything because we're just redoing it again, but I do want to make sure no paste. So in talking with Canyon, I asked them what they recommended, and they like Finish Line product, which I have some Finish Line grease, but it's a different type, a little bit older one, and then Finish Line paste. I still have plenty of paste left over from what Canyon gave me, which is this. So I'm going to use that today, and eventually I will buy some Finish Line paste if I need to. On the post itself, you got a grip point here that is definitely where you need paste, and you need paste as much as possible on the grip point and down there, and you're not putting any on here. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to add paste down here as low as possible and all the way up along the front side of the sleeve down in here. This is what I want to contact with paste. Nothing else It doesn't need to be up here at all because that'll cause it to wear out and you'll get all sorts of wear marks and you're basically wearing out your seat post because this is the part that moves. But down in here, and again, I'm right dead center, so I'm really in a perfect spot. If you're all the way up here, you're going to want to you're going to want to put paste as much as possible here. If you're all the way down here, you don't want any paste up here, but at the same time, you're not going to flex as much as I am. So I'm right in the middle. Everybody's got to do their own thinking on this thing, but this is what works for me. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, put some on here. I've got this goofy headlamp on so I can see really well. I'm putting this way down in. This is like playing operation. Don't touch anything in the middle of the bike, and don't drop your paintbrush. Put some right on the clamp itself, and all I'm doing is putting it right in this area opposite here, as low as possible, and then up maybe to about here, because that's what works for my seat post height. And carefully taking it out, putting it back in. And with this, I've had no issues with creaking, which is what is the whole purpose. All right, so once I get that done, I'm going back in here and wiping this sleeve because maybe I might have touched it with the brush, and I don't want that. Just a dry wipe on this, just trying to see if there's anything else there. Okay, looks pretty good. Now, we're not ready to put the seat posts in because we have to get some grease in there. So, a lot of you guys recommended this, so I bought some, and I have to say I like it. Bio grease seems to be really, really nice, eco-friendly, and all sorts of other stuff. No petroleum-based oils, so it's not going to degrade the carbon, not going to degrade the glue, not going to do anything wrong there. I'm going to use as much as I can and get it in the sleeve itself. Hopefully you can see some of this with my goofy headlamp. Let's get right in there. And if you have the Aeroad, you'll notice that there's a sleeve that's about 1 inch deep in here. That is where your seat post goes in. It doesn't need to go anywhere below that because there's nothing touching there. If you don't have an Aeroad, go ahead and buy one, and then you'll see what I'm talking about. So I am fully greased up, but why not add a little more? Okay. And the last step I got from Canyon in terms of how to do it. Wipe my hands real good. You remember we have this all the way out. That's important because you need as much room as possible to try to get the post in without touching the paste. So I want to keep the post to the back as much as possible so that I'm not sliding the paste down here. I want to just put the post in and then move it forward so that it gets as much. And obviously I'm going to get some grease on there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up as much as possible, stick this in. Notice I'm not at the front at all. And now I'm aiming to the back more, and I'm at the clamp, and now I'm rotating forward, and as soon as I can clear it, I'm now clear of the clamp, but I'm not touching the front. Then I slide her down. Wait, I thought it was clear. There it is. Now I'm sliding it down along the clamp, so I'm pulling forward on the post, pushing backwards here so that it's not touching that. And then what I have to do is I'm going to come down here to my number, which is 42. I get it lined up like that. Now I'm going to move it forward. I'm going to get my tension Allen wrench, tighten this up. Okay, it's snug. I'm going to get my Canyon wrench with my little gauge on it. Of course, you can use your own torque wrench if you have it. And it says get to 5. There's 5. So do that. Put your little plug back in. One more. paper towel to kind of give this a gentle wipe. So this is how I have hopefully continued to manage and have no squeaking in my Canyon seat post. It's worked really well before. What I just did is what I hope if you try it, you'll have success with too. Again, it's hard to say how everybody's going to react with this, but it's working for me. I thank you so much for watching and subscribing. I made these videos just to kind of show some stuff that I'm learning about my Canyon. You guys have been responding fantastically, and I so appreciate that. I do have some ideas for some upcoming videos. I've been doing bike riding for over 40 years, so I've got some experience doing this stuff. And this is by far the coolest bike that I've ever owned, and I'm happy that I do own it. I really, really love this thing, and there's just the benefits of a creek-free ride have been really nice to be able to go 60, 70, 80 miles and not have any issues, and also get the same shock absorption that this fantastic Seatpost offers. So thanks again, and we'll talk later. Appreciate it.